Bruce Lee, and then Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then who? After Jean-Claude Van Damme, who is the next? Nobody.
Bolo Yeung just called Bruce Lee not magic, and fans are exploding with rage. After decades of silence, the legendary villain of Enter the Dragon finally broke his silence. And what he revealed shocked everyone. He didn't trash Bruce, but he didn't worship him either. He said Bruce bled, Bruce doubted, Bruce cracked under pressure. Tune in, because Bolo didn't just break the silence, he exposed the hidden pain Bruce tried to bury. Bolo didn't grow up in anything fancy. He came from a rough spot in China, where everything was either broken or about to be. His family wasn't rich, wasn't powerful, just a kid with a knack for fighting and lifting heavy stuff. He started throwing punches and kicks when he was 4. By 10, he was flipping, lifting, and doing more before breakfast than most grown-ups manage all week. Then came the night everything changed. A moment we'll come back to when Bolo made a choice no kid should face. He took all that strength and turned it into something. Bodybuilding contests, he crushed them. He became Mr. Hong Kong, not just once, but held that title for 10 straight years. That chest didn't just grow itself. He earned every inch. But being strong didn't mean the movie world was just gonna roll out a red carpet. Bolo worked his way in through the side door. Started at a gym. He was just trying to make money when a film scout spotted him. Next thing you know, he's getting cast as the heavy, the guy you don't want to mess with. Always the villain. Always the brick wall standing in the hero's way. Didn't matter. He took what he could get. He played those bad guys like nobody else. Not dumb muscle. He made those villains smart, scary, and real. People remembered him. Directors did too. He wasn't just another tough guy. He had presence. And then Bruce Lee noticed. These two didn't meet during some epic movie battle. They bumped into each other shooting a cigarette commercial. A small moment that turned into something huge. Bruce saw something in Bolo that most missed. A certain grit. A certain weight behind every move. He wasn't just looking for speed. He was looking for someone who could go toe-to-toe with him and bring real tension to the screen. Bruce Lee was already on fire by then. Everyone was watching him, and he picked Bolo. He thought they could bring something fresh, something raw, not just kicks and punches, but something deeper. They started training, pushing each other. Not just their bodies, but their minds. They talked about the art behind the fight. They talked about movement like it was music. That bond led to one of the biggest martial arts films ever made, Enter the Dragon. The moment people saw Bolo square off with Bruce, it became part of movie history. You could feel the weight of it. Bruce was fast, smooth, almost dancing. Bolo was power, all force and control. Their fight looked real because they made it real. And Bolo says it took forever to shoot it right. Bruce wanted perfection. He would make them run a scene again and again until it felt alive. Just when it felt like the story was done, Bolo dropped something new. Now here's where it starts to turn. Years later, Bolo opens up and says Bruce wasn't this perfect figure. He wasn't magic. He was a guy, a really good guy, but still just a guy. That idea hit fans like a gut punch. People don't want their heroes brought down to ground level. They want them flying high forever. Bolo didn't say Bruce was weak. He just said Bruce had to work hard for everything. Nothing came easy. Not the moves, not the fame, not the vision. He had to grind. He had to fight for every frame that made it onto the screen. Bolo saw it, saw him show up early, saw him stick around long after others left. He would go over the footage, tweak the fight scenes, keep pushing for better. That wasn't a hobby, that was obsession, and that obsession wore him down. Bolo says Bruce had pressure on him all the time, trying to do it all, trying to be more than just a martial artist, trying to break through walls that Hollywood kept putting up. That kind of pressure cracks a lot of people. Behind the scenes, they weren't just movie partners. They were trying to do something that hadn't been done, make martial arts serious, make it global. And the world wasn't exactly ready. Bruce had to fight for respect. Bolo had to fight just to be seen. Language problems, culture clashes, endless rejection. But they didn't stop. They trained together like soldiers, each one bringing a different kind of strength. Bolo had raw muscle. Bruce had speed and vision. They pushed each other because they respected each other. That respect turned into something bigger than a movie. It became a legacy. And now, all these years later, Bolo talks. He tells people Bruce wasn't some flawless icon. He was real. He got tired. He got frustrated. Sometimes things didn't go the way he wanted, but he still kept moving, still kept working. That doesn't take anything away. That just shows how much he gave. Not everyone agrees. Fans are split. Some call Bolo brave for saying it. Others say he's being disrespectful. But Bolo's not yelling. He's not trying to rewrite history. He's just sharing what he saw. The quiet stuff, the moments when the cameras weren't rolling, the long nights, the mistakes, the corrections, the sweat. Bolo talks about filming scenes dozens of times. Bruce wanted every punch to mean something, every look to tell a story. He didn't care how long it took. He cared that it was right. That's the part most people miss. The behind-the-scenes grind that made the final product feel so clean. They weren't just acting. They were building something that would last. And that kind of work leaves a mark. Bolo still carries it, not just in the muscles or the movie credits, but in the memories. The early mornings, the tired nights, the endless takes. That's where the real story lives. Then Bolo shared what Bruce was really like off camera and what it did to him. Bruce didn't just throw punches in front of the camera. He would show people how to move, how to breathe, how to make every step look real. Between takes, he would drop a joke or bust out a quick move for fun, like that famous short-range punch everyone talks about. It wasn't just about hard work. It was about loving what you do and making the most of the time. And sure, the big movie ended up being Bruce's last, but for Bolo, it was a rocket launch. After that film went worldwide, doors opened fast. He got new chances he never saw coming, bigger movies, better roles. But through all that, he kept saying the time spent learning from Bruce mattered more than anything else. It wasn't just how to fight, it was how to put emotion into every move. Now, many years later, Bolo finally opened up. And it surprised people. He didn't just give out the usual praise. He got real about what Bruce was like behind the scenes. Some parts were amazing, other parts were tougher to hear. On that movie set, Bruce wasn't just the lead guy. He was the one in charge of everything that mattered. The scenes, the action, the camera shots. He had his hands on all of it. He wasn't the kind of actor who sat in a trailer until it was time to kick someone. He stayed involved all day long. If a fight did not look right, he would redo it again and again, sometimes over 20 takes, just to get one scene the way he wanted. And here is the truth. Bruce didn't want fake stunts or other people to do the hard stuff for him. He wanted everything to be real. If he threw a punch, it had to look and sound and feel right. That is why his scenes still feel powerful. He did not use movie tricks to look strong. He was strong, and he was smart. He figured out how to make fighting look sharp and feel honest. Even when the cameras stopped, Bruce kept going. No real breaks. He would practice moves, fix scenes, or talk deep about life and training. That movie was not just another job for him. It was his big chance to show what martial arts meant. He was not going to waste it. Bolo also had strong thoughts about movies today. He called them cartoons, all flash and noise, big explosions and computer tricks instead of real work. Bruce's fights were different. Every hit mattered. Every fight showed something. That is what made his movies stand out. Not just cool moves, but real meaning. Outside of filming, Bruce had his daily habits locked in. He watched what he ate: lean meat, fresh greens, clean food, no junk. He trained hard, but he also made sure his body was getting the right fuel. His workouts were not about just looking good. He trained to be fast, strong, and balanced. He focused on the deep muscles, not just the ones people could see. And here is something most do not know. He trained his mind as much as his body. Bruce thought the brain was the real power. He would sit quietly and imagine what he wanted to do. He would think through every move before making it. He believed that strength came from inside. He was not just building muscle. He was building full control. But all that drive came with a heavy cost. Bolo said Bruce pushed himself too far. He rarely rested. He always felt like he had something to prove, to the world, to the people in the film business, maybe even to himself. Back then, the business was not easy for someone like him. He had to fight to be taken seriously. That pressure built up. Bolo talked about the pain Bruce hid from most people. The long days, the heavy expectations. He had bad headaches. He had seizures later on. But he never stopped. He kept moving. Even when his body was begging for rest, he kept giving more. There was more going on too. Bruce did not talk much about his feelings, but people close to him could see it. He was strong, but also tired. He carried a huge weight, always thinking about what others expected from him. As one of the first Asian actors to really make it big, he felt the eyes of the world on him. That pressure does not go away. Bolo shared how Bruce sometimes doubted himself. That might sound strange to fans, but it happened. Even when everything looked perfect from the outside, Bruce worried he was not doing enough. He was not chasing fame. He was chasing something deeper, a feeling that what he did mattered, that it would last. People liked to see Bruce as this hero who never lost. But Bolo said that was not the full story. Bruce was not unbeatable. He did not want to be. He believed in learning, even if that meant falling short sometimes. He would test himself in tough spots during practice, just to figure out how to get out of them. That was how he got better. He did not fear being wrong. He feared staying the same. Bruce trained to lose so he could learn. But does that make him greater or just more human? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.